Hey everybody, this is Liberty and welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do a quick flip through of my 2023 reading journal. This is an Archer and Olive 8x8 square journal and I have loved this journal throughout the year, but I just wanted to show you some of my spreads throughout the year because I made a lot of mistakes and I'm going to make a lot of changes for the new year, such as this 50 book goal page. So with these squares, I was adding the titles of the books or an abbreviated version of the title, and it just got too messy. All I needed to add were the numbers. So that is definitely something I will be changing for my next reading journal. Overall, I like the spread of it. I really do like the way it looks. Also, I want to change up my bookshelf. This is way too big. I added way too many books, and I think it's a little bit messy. And again, I tried adding the book titles and I didn't need to do that as well. And I'm going to also redo my book bingo. This is something I will not be changing. I like printing out the covers of the book. So I think this is essential for most book journals. And yes, I'll definitely be doing that. So here's my first spread for January. I didn't know where I was going to go. I started to track like stats, like pages and books and things like that, but I don't know if I'm going to do that next year. Also, I printed out the book covers again, and this was kind of very basic version of a book journal. It's just fine, but as we get into future months here, I started to get a little bit more artistic, adding a little bit more flair, stickers, and ephemera. And yeah, I just like where it kind of went from here. This is hands down one of my favorite spreads. I love this spread so much. I love to add very bold, big stickers in the middle of my pages. And I have this really amazing book. I will maybe link it down below. It's a really cool book with a lot of stickers in it and just very unique. If you like loud, bold, unique, or creepy or weird stickers, this might be the thing for you. So as you can see, as we get into March, I am still tracking stats. Now, I don't think this is important to me. And I don't know, I felt like the more books that I read, the less I was actually enjoying them. And as you can see, as we go month to month, the amount of books that I read becomes less and less. And honestly, I enjoy books more when I can take my time with them. I was reading anywhere between 7 to 10 books a month because I think with any type of journaling or booktube channel, there's this pressure to read so many books. And I have seen booktubers read sometimes 15, 20 plus books a month. And honestly, I don't know how that's physically possible. And I don't know, when I slow down and actually take my time with books, I feel like I enjoy it more and get the richness out of the book. And authors spend years writing their books, and I found myself skimming the last few pages of a book because I needed to finish it really quickly, because I wanted to get more books, per month read, and so I can journal them. But I don't know, I want to enjoy my time reading, and honestly, reading that many books per month allowed me very little time to do other things that I want to do in my life. And I didn't want this channel just to be all about books. And honestly, I think for 2024, I'm going to revamp my channel a little bit. Now, don't worry, I will still be doing book journals. I love reading books, but I don't feel like I need to read 7 or 10 books a month because I still have a full-time career and I was spending all of my time when I wasn't working, all of my free time reading books. And that's great, for some people, but honestly, I want to spend more time in nature. I want to spend time with more time with my family, my friends, and doing other things besides just reading books. Because honestly, that's how last year started. I was just spending all of my time reading books and kind of rushing through them just so I can get like high numbers. This year, I'm going to take my time and actually really absorb and enjoy the books that I read. So for this month, you'll see I added a lot of watercolors to this page. I wanted to add the cattails to the spread and just kind of add a little light wash of the green in the back to write over. And you guys, I really like the way it turned out. But for some reason, I think this is one of the only months that I did it. As you can see in this spread, I kind of like painted the background like a bluish gray just to kind of add like a little depth to the page. And I really like this spread too. And then for the next one, I kind of did the same thing. I just kind of added a light wash to the background with the watercolor. And I don't know, I like the depth and dimension it adds to the page. So as you can see, for the month of June, I stopped tracking my stats and I also read less books. So I realized at this point, I started to enjoy reading again. I didn't have the pressure of rushing through books, skimming over chapters, and I was truly able to immerse myself in the book, take my time, and just truly enjoy it. And not only that, I was able to enjoy journaling again because early in the year, when I was trying to journal 7+ books, I would, I don't know, find a creative rut. And it takes a long time to record these videos and to edit them. So I was able to, I don't know, when I started to read less books and journal less, I felt like I was a little bit more creative and I was able to take my time also with my journals. So I felt like reading less books just overall was just healthier for me. As we get into July, I found this really pretty ephemera book that I bought on Amazon, and you might see a lot of things from this book because I couldn't stop using it. And they had a lot of bookish library type ephemera in it, and I just thought it was absolutely gorgeous. And I believe it's still available. If it is, I'll link it down below. So as we get into August, I got into my dark academia phase, which is my favorite aesthetic and it's my favorite type of book to read. And I did read Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven, which is only a poem. So it just took me like an hour, if that, to read. But I really took my time with this journal spreads because, I don't know, I wanted something a little bit gothic, a little bit creepy, and I love the way everything turned out this month. My favorite spread of the entire month is this right here. I read my first Agatha Christie book, And Then There Were None, and I love the book, and I just love the spread, and I like to print out images from Pinterest to add to my pages as well. So as you can see, I went really dark with my next set of spreads here. I also found this really cool feather that came with a pack of ephemera by Jim Holtz, I believe. And I added a lot of dark black pages and used a white gel pen. And I just thought the contrast was unique and different. And I also had some tarot cards and I used that as ephemera as well. And since I could not read for the month of October when November hit, I was really into the autobiographies. I actually read 3 of them this month, and each of them was so good. And I went for a more simple type spread for this month, and I really liked how everything turned out. So when December came, I had a lot of new ephemera that I got as Christmas gifts this year, and I actually made a video on all my nice journaling bookish Christmas gifts, and I'll link that video down below. But yeah, so this is my first reading journal ever. I really like how it turned out, but I am also excited to start a new one for 2024, and I will obviously be sharing that once I get it set up. Well, anyway, thank you guys again for hanging out with me, and thank you to all my new subscribers. And until next time, guys, cheers.